Focus on my future, I'ma fail out. It feels weird when you're frontin' with you well off. When your shit hit the fan, get the smell out. People only care about it if it's pissed off. Thank God I got some real friends, cause when I made it, congratulations for
YouTube, and I'm back with another freaking video. So today's video will probably be a little emotional. I promise I'm not gonna cry. I don't think I'll be able to cry on camera. I don't think that's in me. But I decided to do this video because it's been on my chest very heavy lately. So I would want y'all to get a little, know a little bit more about me or whatever, and a little bit about my background. So so this video is basically about my parents and my guardian. Is what the video will basically be about. So growing up, my mom was on drugs. So my grandmother, which is my aunt, which is my mom's sister, she's my aunt, but I call her grandma because we was raised with my cousin, and that was his grandma. So we just started calling her grandma. So yeah. So we call her grandma, but she's really my aunt. But she took me and my brother in. So she raised us. My mom died when I was 8 years old. I never physically stayed with my mom, or whatever the case may be, but I knew who my mom was. We used to always see her and stuff like that. So they made sure, like, we knew who she was and stuff like that. My mom did die when I was 8 years old. I was a child. My dad, he was like in and out of my life. He was in jail, so like when he get out, he'll come see me, try to bring me gifts, stuff like that when I was little. And then as I got older, he was in jail, and he used to write me, or whatever the case may be. So he used to always write me, and I never write him back because I just felt like, okay, I'm your only child, like, you don't care about me, like, you didn't care, like, you don't care. So that's how I felt, and I never wrote him back. And my grandma used to tell me, she was always telling me every time he write me, like, you have to forgive and forget. So you have to forgive and forget. And one day I actually took that in consideration, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. So I ended up writing him back, and as we started writing each other, I believe it was my 10th grade year in high school. I started writing him back, so we started getting, like, he was starting to get to know me more, or whatever the case may be. So when he got out of jail, he decided to reside in Ocala. So he stayed in Ocala, whatever the case may be, and I guess I was okay with that. I just felt like, I stay in Orlando, you from Orlando, that's where you grew up at. But I respect his reason on why he didn't want to stay in Orlando, which was he felt as if he stayed in Orlando that he would continue to do the things that he was doing to go back to jail. So he felt like he needed a different environment, and he had a better job out there. He had got a job opportunity out there. So he decided that if he stayed in Ocala, he'll do good. He wouldn't, be on drugs. He wouldn't go down that same path anymore. So I respect his reason, because I just felt like, okay, well, if he do that, then I'll be able to, be a part of his life or whatever. So that's what happened. And so he stayed on Ocala, so we got to know each other. He came down, like, he'll come down for like Christmas and my birthday or whatever, so we'll spend Christmas together and stuff, which was fine with me. Like, he'll ask me, like, what I want for Christmas, and I'll tell him, and he'll get it. And then my birthday is like 2 weeks after Christmas, so we used to always have like a discussion about, oh, can I get a Christmas and a birthday gift, because those are two different holidays type of thing. And he used to always be, well, they right around the corner from each other, why they can't be together? And I'm like, because it's two different holidays, like, what? So we always had a discussion about that or whatever. And so he tried his best to make sure that he was there for Christmas and my birthday. Sometimes we'll try to get together for Thanksgiving as well. Then I ended up graduating high school and he was there. He came down and he spent like a week with me. So I had like graduated, he was there. I had a graduation party and all of that, and he was there. So I mean, we built a daughter and father relationship, which is what I really wanted. I really wanted to get to know him because I was his only child. So then after that, he ended up getting married, and he got married, and I was happy for him. He ended up getting saved, gave his life to Christ. He was doing really, 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 like, he did really good, and I was proud of him. I was actually excited and was excited. Like, I really, really was excited, and got married, and like probably like a year or two later, my dad ended up passing after he got married. My dad just recently passed in December of 2019. It took me a while, I guess, to process that my dad has passed. When it happened, I didn't really grieve like a normal person's supposed to grieve. I mean, the day I found out he passed, I did cry, but that was really about it. Like, I cried that day and that was just it. Like, it was nothing more, nothing less to it or whatever. And my family was, concerned. Like, my sister was really concerned. She was just like, you're not showing no emotions. I was very like numb. I felt numb. Like, I didn't have no feeling or nothing. And my whole thing was like, how can I grieve? And I'm his only child, so that means I have to plan a funeral by myself. Like, I'm planning my dad's funeral. Like, it was really, really, it was a lot. And I'm like, I'm only 21. I have no parents. Like my dad died, that's all I was saying. Like, I'm only 21. Like, I have no parents at all. Like, only person I have is my grandma, and I love her to death. Like, I love that lady to death. Like, if my grandma was to ever leave, baby, my whole world is gonna fall apart. Like, I mean, my daddy died. I mean, it took a part of me because it's like, he had just came into my life. We was just getting to know each other. We was just building a father and daughter relationship. And I felt like his death could have been prevented because, correct, he had health problems and he was going to the doctor, but I felt like it was certain things that he didn't tell us because just out of the blue, randomly, he'll ask me simple questions like my information. Like, talking about, what's your information, so I could put on my will and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, okay, this random stuff, but I understand you're getting old and you want to know that. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't really pay attention to it. But now it's just like, so he knew he was in the process of dying and didn't tell nobody, or this just happened out of the blue. So when it happened, I was like, I guess I was mad at him because it was just like, I had just talked to him 6 days before he even passed, and I'm just like you knew you could have prevented this. Like, I was upset. I don't think I'm upset anymore because, I mean, death is death. I mean, you can't control that. So when he passed, it was a lot. I did not grieve properly. I did plan a whole funeral by myself. I had to close the casket by myself. Like, that was a lot. And I mean, I'm a big girl. I mean, I did it. I'm still here. I've conquered a lot. Yeah, but it's like now, like when he passed, I knew my dad was really big on education. So his whole thing was he wanted the best for me. It's really what he wanted. So he was always like, oh, make sure you go to school, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. He just wanted me to always have like my own stuff or whatever the case may be. Or whatever. So when he passed, I wasn't in school. I had just like stopped going to school or whatever. So once he passed that January, I started back going to school, which was January of this year. And then I ended up getting my car in February. And then March, that's when I applied for my apartment, which is where I'm at now. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. And it's just like, you know, it's easy to find things to do to not really acknowledge your feelings and how you really feel. So I feel like that's what happened with me. I didn't really sit down and actually take in the feelings that, oh yeah, my dad passed, and yeah, I didn't do that. Like, I didn't grieve at all. So now that I'm like settled and relaxed in my own space, and it's like every day now, it's like it started to hit me like, yo, my daddy gone. Like, I don't know, it's really, I don't know, it's a lot to take in. I had a moment last night. It was okay. I mean, I'm alright, I'm alive. But yeah, it's just a little bit about me. My grandma, she's my world. I wouldn't trade her for nothing in the world. I appreciate her. She raised me to be the woman that I am today. So she did a very amazing job. And I mean, yeah. So I believe that will be the end of the video. So if you want any more videos, I mean, any more ideas of what I should do, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for catching the vibe. Raw. I'm missing you. I'll find a way to get through. Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength, and my pride. Only God may know why. Still I will get by.
So focus on my future, I'ma fail out. It feels weird when you're front with you well off. When your shit hit the fan, get the smell out. People only care about it if it's dead off. Thank God I got some real friends, 'cause when I made it, congratulations for